The Raisin in the Sun will be starting off on pages 46 through 53.
What kind of language is being used, and why did the author might have chosen this?
The language that was being used, it first started off as a discussion, and then it kind of escalated when Benita said, "How much cleaning can a house need for Christ's sakes?" And Mama got upset because she used the Lord's name.
After she started using the Lord's name in vain, Benita said she was going to have to go to the guitar lessons, and she was going to come home late. And Mama started questioning her about why did she always want to make new decisions. She went from horseback riding to guitars, so she started questioning her a lot, as well as Ruth. So she came into the room not fresh because she came in with an attitude, as well as making her mom angry.
And the language like kind of changes throughout the scene because it's like really like soft spoken and more of like a friendly conversation, and then it gets more heated as they go because they're just kind of going back and forth. So I think that plays into a big part of the language.
I kind of see Ma's frustration because like she wants her daughter to stick with something, and like I feel like she has a little bit of doubt that the doctor is just kind of like a phase that she's going through, that she just wants to do that, and I think Ma just wants her to stick with something and actually finish through with something.
And adding to the doctor thing too is like it's a lot of money for her to go to school. So if she's not gonna stick with it, then like her mom, it's wasting a bunch of money that they could be spending and saving.
As well as finding a new house or something like that. What do you guys think is the main idea of this pages?
The main idea of like these pages is that Benita's kind of, you're getting a feel for Benita, and she doesn't want to be just like another basic housewife or like just like what the norm was back then. And like in the book she says that she's gonna be a doctor, and she's not worried about who she's gonna marry and if she ever gets married. And then her mom like kind of questions her, like, what do you mean if you get married? Like, you're supposed to get married, that's what you're supposed to do. And she doesn't want to do what she's supposed to do, like stay home and clean the house. She wants to be a doctor.
Well,
Which is good, cause
good.
yeah, which is good, cause I feel like she should step out and try to be something else, like not just a housewife either. Nobody wants to be that.
Yeah. Also to get her mind straight and what she wants to do in her future, because I know she doesn't want to be like her mom and living in an apartment or something.
Yeah.
I feel like she has goals in her life.
Yeah,
wants
she
to
has
make money.
goals
She
and-
wants to do something. She wants to help her family and like be different.
Yeah.
Next question.
How does this excerpt help to create a stronger player in the play? I feel like she got stronger because she started showing herself out to her parents or her mom because her father passed away. And she wants to show everybody that she can do something different besides her brother, instead of living in an apartment and about to have another kid as well. And yeah, y'all want to add to that?
It helps create a stronger character for her because it shows you that she has more than one dimension to her. She can be really sweet and really funny, and then she can also be really serious about what she wants to do in her life and the things that she wants to accomplish, and she has high goals for herself. So it's just showing you how strong-willed she was as a character.
Yeah, I feel like sometimes it's harder though, like how her mom's on her, like about like doubting her. Like nobody wants to feel like that, so I feel like that's something that should make her like stronger.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty bad. The video was on mute. What is the play saying about humanity? Anybody want to start that off?
The play is talking about humanity, like in the way that during those times it was traditional for like a woman to stay home and take care of the family, and the man would kind of like work, and the woman would just take care of the kids. She doesn't want to do that, especially being not only just being a woman, but being an African American woman. She had to work 2 times harder. They all had to do things way harder, and just they had to go through more than just an average woman would. Not saying that that's not a lot, because that is, but it's just showing you how hard they really did have to work to accomplish things that men could accomplish, and white women and men could accomplish way easier and with way less challenges.
How does the performance relate to the written version of the play?
Well, the way it relates is because I remember in the performance that her mom was arguing about her because she did not know what to do, because she just came out of nowhere like looking really nice and going out, and her mom questioned her like, what or how long you gonna come back for and all that. And she said she's gonna come back very like kind of late, so that's kind of like how they relate to each other, and as well like they had a little argument what we're talking about. So yeah.
The performance too, like, relates with the written version. When you're reading it, you don't really get a sense of like how it's played. Like, you kind of understand and you read how they're supposed to be, but when you see the performance, and it just shows you like how much more
All the
emotion
emotion
and actions that are happening. Because when you're reading, you're just kind of like you're
Going
just,
through the motions.
yeah. But
Yeah.
when you watch the movie, you can really see like how much emotion and how like hard they were working to do that, and you can just see that there's it's just way different. You get more of like a connection.
And you can see Mama's face expressions as well.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
the play, it just shows like a much more, it expresses itself much better than the book.
Yeah.
I feel like the book,
It's like a guideline to it.
Yeah. you guys want to talk about the quotes?
Sure. Okay, so you can start with your quote.
So my quote was about Ma saying this, "Oh Lord, don't you know what to do with yourself? How long is it going to be before you get tired of that little play acting group you joined last year before that?" So what Ma's saying is basically that her daughter's not sticking to anything that she says she's gonna do. Like, yes, like she has a reason to not be not. I don't want to say not have faith in her, but she doesn't have too much confidence that she's gonna stick with something because of like a track record. She's shown that she's kind of
Switched around and done
yeah.
different things.
Yeah, but I feel like Maj, although, and it's kind of hard to say this because like they're in a tight situation, they don't have a lot of money, and like they're going through some like really tough times. But I feel like Maj should like support her dreams and support her through it.
Yeah.
Just make it sure that she understands like the risk that she's taking, like investing in her.
Yeah, I feel like she's helping her a lot, but like when she's talking about how she's down talking her and telling her she don't got no faith in her, I feel like that's just giving her like a little bit more motivation to her.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And then there's like another quote that Mama says, and she says, "Of course you're going to be a doctor, honey, God willing." And Benita replies with, "God hasn't got anything to do with it." Like, that's where she's implying like it's not up to a higher power, it's up to you and how strong-willed you're willing to be, and like how hard you're willing to work to get what you want.
Yeah, that's facts. You want to add anything to that?
No.
Okay.
Actually, I kind of want to.
Well, okay, because Benita, I think Mama was trying to tell her like who to marry, I think. And Benita was like, he's got a beautiful car and he takes me to nice places, as my sister-in-law says. And then he's the richest boy ever, which I feel like
They were focusing more on, her mom was focusing more on money than her dreams and her
Yeah.
happiness, which was something that was like a big problem back then too, was marrying for money, not for love and for being happy and like what you wanted to
because
do.
Ruth said that's pretty rich thing, honey. I knew you was hard.